Hello guys, welcome to September 1st, which is the first day of the new month. So today we'll talk about the Nasdaq and what stocks do we buy tonight, probably tonight. First of all, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and also like my Facebook page. If you can also like and share this video to your friends, that will be pretty much appreciated. So then we'll talk about the Nasdaq right now, and then we'll sort of talk about one of the stock picking model or method that has been is pretty famous outside. So first of all, if you remember what I talked about in the previous videos, that the Nasdaq should be a good chance to buy if the Nasdaq could be rebounded from below above the purple channel, then that should be a good buy to buy. So with that being said, you can see the purple channel has been drawn before all this happened. Okay, it's been drawn from these 2 points. So this is the first point, the second point, and the third point. I'll just plot it here, right? This is something that we could draw back from 1 year and more. Okay, so this is the channel. The things that happen behind is a proof, is an evidence that the market is looking after using this channel as a big, huge reference. Okay, so in the end, in the summer and the June, July, and August, you see there's three attempts that the stock market, the Nasdaq, was trying to get back inside the purple channel, but every time it failed and rebounded. So we'll say that this time could be really the highest chance that the Nasdaq could be going back into the channel, right? No. Then in the end, we say that yeah, you can, because of this bearish candlestick, you could just sell off all your stocks. That's fine. But as long as the market has the consensus and the Nasdaq will be rebounded back above the channel, that's the time you should buy the stocks again. So which means that after the 3 really strong result came out in the previous 3 days, today is the Friday. It shows that if that's a strong rebound, then the Nasdaq will hit historic high again. So the peak is 6,459.76, which it won't be the peak again. So then if the market has the consensus, now the last thing that we should do is the non-farm ratio and the unemployment rate that would be announced in the US time 8 o'clock to 8:30. That is really a big hint that whether or not the Fed is going to raise the interest rate in the September, and also set a milestone for the market to be kind of calm, optimistic or pessimistic about the whole September thing, such as the FOMC meeting and also the Germany presidential election stuff. And so what should we buy? So first of all, we have to look at the market. If the non-farm ratio, non-farm data will be is doing good, it should be more than around. If that's good, the forecast is now 180k. If that's above 180k, that should be fine, because the ADP long farm, which is now on Wednesday, was pretty good already. So then you will see the US dollar will rebound, will rebound tonight, and then the stock market will also rebound. So the US dollar is pretty bad right now, but in terms of technical analysis and trend analysis, you will say that the trend is still going down, right? But as there's some analysis that you can always lead ahead to guess if the US dollar will rebound. Now the technically is pretty strong. There's a sign that the US dollar will rebound, then money will be flowing back to the United States, and you just need one big solid data, which is the non-farm ratio and unemployment rate that will be announced today. Okay, so if I say tonight, that excuse me, because I'm in Asia, so I mean in the Eastern time, that's today. In the Asian time, that's tonight. Okay, so what should we buy? We can look at the GARP model, which I'm going to talk about in Hong Kong tonight, which is invented by Peter Lynch, and he just used GARP model and PG model and keep on outperforming the index. So we'll see that we'll talk about this model. So first of all, the PE should be not as low as possible. Not you can be as high as possible. It should be around 15 times to 25 times, and also the growth of next year is expected to be around 10 to 25%. If that's possible, we'll want that the P ratio should be lower than the growth, the expected growth. So you can use this website to kind of show that what we should buy right now. So we can now, the thing, this is not working right now. Okay, this is working. We can use FinViz, which is the not the best screener out there, but it does this. It does job. So fundamentally, you can choose like that. You go to fundamental, you go to screener, fundamental, and then you can look at the PE, not for PE, it's the per PE now. So because it cannot you cannot search for range, you can say you should do an under, because the P is lower better, right? So anything under 25, okay? And then for the growth this year should be more than 10%, right? I will check the PowerPoint again. 10 to 25%, 10%. And then after the screening, you can check it manually. Okay, so that's it. 967 stocks that is within this range, so that you can also make it tighter. You can make it to the lower range, like under 20, and then growth is more than 15%. That's it. So this model doesn't really want the PE to be as too high, but too low, or the growth this year to be too high. You can also click it like this to narrow down the result. You can also click the year after. It should be also over 15%. So later on, I can make you a video who make the prediction and consensus, right? But as of right now, the first homework is to get familiar with the valuation model. Other than the market is doing good, I will have this cash and I'll buy this, and buy that. That's only a guessing game. So now you can sort by, let's say, the market cap. That is the safest way to do. And then the Semtrix, which the Exco, you can do stuff like that. You can search the stocks right now. So this is the more of the like simple model that you can search for a stock that has been doing pretty good, that may be doing pretty good. If you think that you want to narrow it down more, you can press, select under 15. So the Semtrix is still here and the Exco is still here. So you can do this all day long, and then you're down to only 19 stocks to choose from. So if you want more like that, I can talk about also PG in the videos in the futures, or we can talk about CanSlim, or how people will play around with the financial reports that make the financial report look nice. But right now, it's sort of like a beginning model, so that you can more or less, the market is doing good, but you can more or less try to outperform the market. After you want to outperform the market, right? If not, you just buy an ETF. So for me, I would say that some few of the stocks that you can alert. Amazon is pretty big, doing the rebound is very, very strong. If you want to cut loss in the short term, you can use these two gaps. If they fill the gap, you can cut loss. But if for mid to longer term run, I suggest you to wait for the stock to break below this lowest point, which is $936, then cut loss. But I think it's from 1,000 dropping back to 900, which I talked about in the previous video. If this going back to $900, I would buy it. And also Google, right? Because the penalty and the fine is already reflected in the stock prices. If it goes down to $900, the valuation wise is pretty good. Again, you see the gap and you see the W double top, the pattern. The leg 9 is pretty solid, I would say. The worst case it can get is here, this here. But seems like if that's the market consensus, right? Seems like it is not, because there's a triple bottom, that is the market is not pushing us down as we think. So now it's going back up, and there's a channel here, and the the calculated target should be around 970. Okay, so as long as you have your targets ready, your stocks ready, the only thing is the market. If the non-farm data and the stock market is doing good, money is coming back to US, that shouldn't be a problem. So that's basically a really hardcore technical update, but something that we should invest in, because in the bull market, if there's only 1 to 2 years left with the bull market, that's really time for us to really think about what kind of portfolio stocks or housing, anything that we should invest in right now to outperform the market, because the next cycle is recession, the bear market. So leave me comments below so I can answer any and almost any of your investment problems other than movies and music, right? Because I can also do music and basketball, but anything like that, you can leave me a comment. Please show them love through pressing the like, and also share this video to your friends. So I will see you next time. Investing made easy. Goodbye.